Now let me show you how to make what I like to call doxycycline of the woods. This is a powerful antibiotic tincture made from a lichen that you've probably passed by many times in the forest. A lichen is a symbiosis of an alga and a fungus. And as you probably know, fungi were our primary source of antibiotics, as they've developed their own mechanism to protect against bacterial infections. We'll harness all of that power inside this remedy by first doing a water decoction followed by an alcohol extraction so that we could access all of the lichen's medicinal compounds. This is called a dual extraction. The lichen we're talking about today is Usnea, popularly known as old man's beard because of its strange appearance. So gather about 2 ounces of Usnea and chop it rather finely. You want to access that inner core. It doesn't matter if it's dried or fresh, and you can also order Usnea online if you can't find it out foraging. Place it inside a stainless steel or ceramic pot. I really like using ceramic. You're going to cover it with water and then bring it to a simmer, not a boil. On low heat, cover it with a lid and let it simmer for 2 to 3 hours. Then remove the pot from the stove, take off the cover, and let the mixture cool for a few minutes. That's the stage we're at now. So now that this water part of the extraction is done, we'll move on to the second part. This method is called a double extraction and is very useful for herbs that release some of their beneficial substances in water and others in alcohol. Most mushrooms and lichens do need to be dually extracted. So pour this mixture, including the Usnea, into a 10 to 12 ounce glass jar. Note that you're going to have about 2 ounces of this decoction plus 6 to 8 ounces of alcohol on top of it. And take the lichen and make sure you get all of it in along with 2 ounces. Now we're going to add 6 to 8 ounces of 80 proof alcohol. I'm using vodka today on top until the lichen material is completely covered. Give it a good shake so it mixes. Our water to alcohol ratio that we want is 1 part water to 3 parts alcohol. So if you have 2 ounces of your decoction, the water, you need about 6 ounces of alcohol, the vodka. With both of them, plus the Usnea, your 10-ounce mason jar should be full to the top. Now we've covered it with a lid. We're going to label it and let it extract for 6 to 8 weeks. Every day we'll shake it a little to get the beneficial compounds out. Welcome back. So it's been about 6 weeks and it's time to strain our Doxy of the woods. You can use cheesecloth, or I like these simple nut bags, especially when I'm working by myself, because they're really easy to strain and squeeze. Get every bit out of your Usnea, your double extraction. And now simply pour it back. And voila, you have doxycycline of the woods. I like to put it in tinted dropper bottles or tinted spray bottles, which I make sure to label. I like to use it in my throat because it keeps things from getting in. Or if I have a sore throat or I'm getting strep, I can just spray it on and stay healthy. I always take this in elderberry when I'm traveling. So as far as dosage goes, it depends on what you're dealing with. But a good rule of thumb is 2 to 5 mils up to 3 times a day for an active infection, but no more than 10 consecutive days. Unless you're using a spray, which you can spray, no problem, whenever you need to. You can take it as is in a dropper for the best absorption, or you can add it to juices or teas. Take it about a half an hour before a meal.